Hey kids. Hey everyone.
Hi. Hi everyone.
Hey kids.
Hello students.
Hi everyone.
Hey kids, welcome to week 5 of North Hills Virtual Basketball Camp. I hope you enjoyed week 4 of learning new drills and new memory verses. If you have any pictures or videos, make sure you send those to us. Now grab your ball and your water and your coach will meet you on the basketball court.
Hey guys, welcome back. Coach Wayne, glad to be with you guys again. Today we're going to talk about a new virtue, and that is joy. And that is finding a way to be happy even when things don't go your way. So work hard on the drills, and I'll see you guys right after.
Hey guys, it's Coach Tim. Welcome to week 5. Today our focus is going to be some form shooting and some shooting drills. But first, let's start with some stretches. All right, we'll go with the basic, again, arm stretches first. We're going to stretch to the right. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna pull your right leg back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, put some arm stretches. I want to pull your arm across your chest, starting with your right. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's do some lunges real quick. We'll go 10. Go 10 lunges. You can do them in place if you want. So we're gonna start with our right, lean forward, bend down with your left. That's 1, switch, 2, switch, switch, 4, switch, 5, switch, 6, switch, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, next we'll do another leg stretch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull our knee to our chest, keep your other leg straight, and then just give you a little bit of stretch in your legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, hey guys, so today our first drill is gonna be just some form shooting. We're gonna work on proper basics and fundamentals of shooting, right? So what we need for this drill is all you're gonna need is a wall, right? You wanna get into your correct shooting stance, which is typically a base, a square base. For me, I typically put one foot slightly in front of the other. Interchangeable, whatever's comfortable for you, but if you go with the 1 foot in front of you, it shouldn't be too far out in front of you. It should just be slightly out in front of you, and that's how I like to do it. So I have my right foot slightly in front because I'm right-handed shooter. When I'm gonna get into my shooting stance, I have my shooting hand. It's gonna be at a 90-degree angle when I bring it up, right? 90 degrees. Your left hand isn't used to shoot, it's just used to guide. So you shouldn't be using your left hand to forcibly push the ball. That's what your right hand is for. It's all this is doing is guiding it. So whenever I'm shooting it, my left hand is gonna stay in the same position, all right? So we'll do a couple of these. You wanna make sure your feet are right, your arms are right, and your shoulders are right. You wanna make sure your shoulders are squared, make sure they're able to support your arms in the right way, right? So we'll do 4. Our target for this is you wanna aim high, because when you aim high, you have a better chance of the ball going into the basket, whether it's if you're shooting low, the ball is coming at the rim like this, which is more of a miss. Instead, you want to shoot high where it kind of loops all the way down into the basket. All right. So first one, make sure your arms, your right hand is, if you're right-handed shooter, 90 degrees. Other hand is just guiding it. All right. So one, you want to hold that for a follow through, like a cookie, like you're getting a cookie in the cookie jar. Right. Another one, two. See how my feet don't move? When you're jump shooting, of course you're going to be jumping. When you're free throwing, or shooting a free throw rather, you'll end up on your tippy toes. But for this, we want to make sure your feet are based. All right, three. We'll do two more. Make sure you're in your shooting position. Your legs are bent and you're exploding up. Four. One more, and five. All right, so for this next one, we'll actually be using the basket and we'll get some baskets in. All right guys, good job on that wall drill. So for this next one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually be able to take that wall drill and put it into some game motion, get you running around a little bit and shooting the basket. All right, so what we're gonna do is we are going to go to the block. You don't wanna be too far from the basket because we're not gonna be focusing on our jump shot just yet. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on the base here. Then we're gonna go to right in front of the basket, not too far, remember, and then the opposite block for this, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take that wall drill that we did, use those basics and those fundamentals of shooting. No jump shot just yet. You wanna make sure you're close enough where you don't have to jump. Make sure your knees are bent, your feet are based, and your arms come up. Use that backboard if you can. Bam. Based. Shoot. One. Based. We'll do that for a minute, all right? If you have your sibling or your parent around, grab them to rebound for you, all right? So we're gonna do it for 1 minute, all right? We'll see how many you can make in 1 minute. But remember just to have the proper form and the right base on your legs and the right motion in your arms, all right? Ready, go. Make sure your feet are set. Make sure you're following through. Feet set. Make sure your feet are set. Follow through. Oh, it's okay to miss. Oh my. Good job, guys. Make sure that left hand is just supporting and not shooting. 10 seconds. All right. Just supporting. 3, 2, one last one. One. All right, good job, guys. Hopefully that was fun for you guys. Shooting is really fun for me. So why don't you guys grab some water, time for devotional, and we'll meet you back here right after.
Hey guys, I hope you had fun with those drills. Remember, stay hydrated. If you need to go get a Gatorade or body armor or water, go for it. And we're going to start our devotion on joy. Our anchor verse for this particular virtue is found in Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. Let me read it for you. It says, "Always be joyful because you belong to the Lord." I will say it again, be joyful. You know, this might be a little bit before your guys' time, but I remember back in 1996, it was back in November, and the Utah Jazz were playing the Denver Nuggets. It isn't the Utah Jazz that you guys are seeing on the floor now, but certainly it's about 20 or so years ago. The Utah Jazz was playing the Denver Nuggets, and at halftime, the Jazz were down 70 to 36. 70 to 36. Can you imagine that kind of score? So everything looked impossible. It was not going to be an easy climb. They could have just folded the tent and just played the last 24 minutes and then gone home and look forward to the next game. But something happened. And little by little, the Jazz fought back. The crowd was cheering them on. They kept playing, possession after possession. They did their best. They won every possession, fought for every rebound, everything they could conceivably do to try and come back. And by the time the final buzzer sounded, the final score was 107 to 103, and the Jazz had prevailed over the Denver Nuggets. What a comeback! And to this day, that stands out to be one of the biggest comebacks in any basketball game ever. So, one of the things as we transition over from that story, one of the things you'll discover as you follow God is that He can make impossible things possible. He can do incredible, amazing, unexplainable things in and through us every single day. Even as we experience the heights and lows of life, the peaks and valleys, the mountaintop experiences, the lows of life, we can have a deep sense of joy that never fails, because that joy comes from Him. You see, if we were to just look at our circumstances and have that be dependent on what makes us joyful, if we look at, even how as we're living today, we look at the pandemic, we look at the fires and the heat waves and the unrest that's happening all around the world and even in our own country. If we rely on those circumstances to bring us fulfillment and contentment, we can just ship all of that to Antarctica, because it's not going to happen. And here's the thing. There's a big difference between happiness and joy. Being happy depends on what's happening around us. If someone hands you an ice cream cone, all good, especially on a day like today. If your friend gives you an invite to a birthday party, that's all good too. If you're hanging with your teammates, working hard, being around them, that brings you joy, that brings you happiness. But see, happiness is great, but it comes and goes. Joy is what's different. It is finding a way to be happy when things don't go your way. Joy comes from a much deeper place, because joy doesn't depend on what's happening around you, the circumstances that's external to us. Real lasting joy comes from your relationship with God. And here's the thing with our verse. I remember I shared with you our anchor verse being Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. But verse 5 is a great way to kind of close our devotion today. I'll read it again starting in verse 4. It says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Be joyful always. I will say it again, be joyful. Let your gentleness be evident to all." And here's the thing, for the Lord is near. We can be joyful because God is near. He is ever present. He is wherever we are, in whatever circumstances that we might be in. The Bible tells us, the book of life says, God is near. So with that, I'm going to excuse you guys back to your drills, work hard again, and we'll come back and we'll close.
All right, guys. So good job on the last drill. This next drill is going to be a lot of repetitions. A lot of the best shooters in the game, like Steph Curry, Kobe, Larry Bird, if you guys know who that is. They took a lot of reps in the gym. They would miss and make a lot of shots, sometimes taking thousands of shots a day. So this next drill is just a lot of repetition, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out here. Grab your sibling or your parent again for a partner to rebound. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start really close to the basket. We're gonna take 3 shots right here. We'll go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna take 1 step back. We'll go again, shoot 3, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot 3 shots, take 1 step back all the way. We're gonna shoot free throws, how you would normally shoot a free throw, right? Do your little free throw routine. Shoot 3, And after that, you'll take a couple more steps back till you get to the 3, and you'll shoot 3 threes right here. All right? And for that, you should be jumping. All right? So once you're done taking that free throw, when you take a step back, that's already gonna be a mid-range jumper. So for this, you can start jumping. But up until the free throw, you should just be working on your base, having it solid, making sure you either have a square base like this, or where I shoot, I have one foot slightly in front of the other, all right? So after that next step, after the free throw, it's a mid-range, you can jump, all right? And then a couple more steps back till you get to the 3, and from there it's a 3-pointer, and from there you want to be jumping already for the 3-pointer. All right, so we'll do 3 each. So that was the walkthrough of the drill. So now we'll be doing it in full speed game motion, all right? So you want to take 3 shots of each position. All right, here we go. You should get that form right. 1, 2, 3, high release. 1, 2, 3, explode up, bend your knees. Another step back, explode up. 1, 2, 3, take a step back. 1, 2, it's okay to miss, just make sure you got your right form. 3, free throw. Make sure your left hand is just guiding and you're not shooting with your left. If you're right-handed, 1, 2, make sure you follow through, 3, mid-range jumper, catch and shoot, 1, 2, that's okay, extra help, 3, 3-pointer, catch it in rhythm, 1, 2, oh my goodness gracious, that's okay. We'll make this next one. Last one, 3. Good job, guys. And that was the drill. Make sure, so the purpose of the drill is repetition. Make sure you get that form right. It's okay if you miss. You just wanna make sure you get the form right, and it becomes muscle memory. And from there, you'll become a better shooter. All right, guys, so that was shooting for this week. Remember that it's okay if you miss. It's about the process, not necessarily about the results at this point right now. We just want to make sure you have the right form, the right fundamentals before you start shooting those threes, all right? So we'll see you guys next week. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Peace and love.
Hey, welcome back, guys. You know, as we close out our time today, I wanted to just briefly ask you guys a few questions that I hope you will think about until we see each other next time. First question is, what's something about your relationship with God that gives you joy? What is something about your relationship with God that gives you joy? How is it possible for someone to have joy even when they're going through something difficult? And the third question is, can you share a time when God did something in your life that seemed like it would have been impossible? Today we had talked about joy, and that is finding a way to be happy even when things don't go your way. And our verse was Philippians chapter 4, verse 4, and it says, always be joyful because you belong to the Lord. I will say it again, be joyful. Before we close, I wanted to say that the Apostle Paul, who wrote this letter to us, 4 chapters long, was in prison. And here's a guy who, if he had focused on his circumstances, in no way could have written a letter about joy. But he didn't look at his circumstances. He didn't look what was the situation that he was in. He looked instead at his relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's where his joy came from. And that was the inspiration by which this letter comes to us, was that relationship with Jesus Christ. I want to encourage you guys to see where you are in that, to ask and answer these 3 questions with a friend, your parents, your coaches, and really find out where your source of joy in this life comes from. So with that, I want to thank you guys for being with us today, and we'll see you guys on the Zoom link.